In one of the most remote corners of the world, a joining of two worlds is taking place. As another hot day begins in Port Hedland, over 1,300 kilometres north of Perth, representatives from the Water Corporation engage in a cultural immersion program hosted by the local Kariyarra people. At 7 AM the session started, but within 2 hours it was already a sweltering 42 degrees. But the day's activities got underway and the history of this ancient land was told. Two groups were rotated through half-day sessions, hosted by Elder Robert Dan. At the beginning, Robert and some family members delivered a welcome to country, formally introducing the Water Corporation's employees to their land, which they have been in connection with for thousands of years.
Jesus Christ's brothers, you see them everywhere. They are cursed to people, because of spikes. But what the old people did in the day, they get all the green ones and cut them, cut the bob off them, and soak them in water. Then they gently pound them until they all fall apart. Then they get them and then rub them on their legs to make rope.
Saying about the big people person that we went for, he came from near the airport, right across his walk, and he came through the back of Leslie Salt, what used to be Leslie Salt. Now it's Rio Tinto. His tracks are there, then they came into the 6 mile, I don't know how many years now, 6 mile area. Then he came across over here at that point, and then he went into Putty Pool, and from Putty Pool he came up to this corner, and from here he went to the west, and he ended up Kariyarra Island. So when we go down here, you'll be able to take a photo of the track that he's left over here, the White Brook. But the travel that he done, and that time when this was all still mud.
The groups then worked as a team to explain how much iron ore was shipped out of the port last year, and iron ore is big business in Port Hedland. According to data from the Pilbara Ports Authority, Port Hedland shipped a record 559.7 million tonnes of iron ore in 2022. That was up from the previous record of over 546 million tonnes set in 2021. Port Hedland also exported 49.27 million tonnes of iron ore in December. That was up by 3.6% from November, but down by 3.1% from December 2021. Afterwards, the groups were taken to the Old Lock Hospital. Robert and his siblings explained the harsh reality of Aboriginal people being treated badly. The Port Hedland Lock Hospital was built to house Aboriginal people suspected, often wrongly, of having venereal diseases 100 years ago, after an isolated island hospital scheme was shut down. Over 800 Aboriginal men and women were sent to islands of Carnarvon and to the Lock Hospital between 1919 and 1930. Disturbingly, many Aboriginal people weren't even sick, but taken to the hospital anyways. People were shackled in chains so they couldn't escape. The ring where people were chained still sits visible and a sad reminder of the past. Today, the hospital site is recognised as an important part of Western Australian history, and in 2019, the Department of Planning, Lands and Heritage had placed the Port Hedland site on the State Register of Heritage Places, ahead of permanent listing following a 6-week consultation process. Confronting the past has been a difficult journey in Port Hedland, but the 2-day immersion program between the Kariyarra people and the Water Corporation shows reconciliation and engagement is a proven way to heal old wounds and take one more step into the future.